Hi everybody and welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to be showing you my completed pages for the month of May. As of this month gone really quick, I think this year's going really fast to be fair. So I have got quite a few pages for this month. I think it's my best month yet. So yeah, 3, 6, 9, 10 pages I coloured for this month. I did finish all 5 of my scavenger hunt pages, which I was proud of myself for, because trying to get them all done, especially 5 and double pages as well, it was a bit of a challenge. So I was pleased of myself to get that far. I'm in the kitchen because the breakfast bar is a lot wider and longer, so I can get everything on. So you'll probably hear Cleo in the background roaming around wondering what's going on. So we'll make a start. I'm going to do them in order as I did them throughout the month, so beginning to end. And the first one is FANTOMORPHIA. So for this one, it was part of the scavenger hunt, which was the owl card deck. So this one. And with this one, I use Faber-Castell Polychromos, a black Unipin pen, brush pen, sorry, white gel pen, and soft Mungio pastels sprayed with pastel fixative. Pistol. It's early morning, so I'm still waking up. I really enjoy colouring this. I wanted to give the owl the more realistic effect, and I tried to incorporate it as a barn owl. I think it was a barn owl. I just looked on Google for a picture and I just tried to portray it into this picture. Then I wanted the card deck to be colourful, so I just picked out rainbow colours and just went along along each line with colours until it were all covered. And then obviously you've got your hearts and your diamonds that are red, your spade and your clubs that are black. And I've just gone over it in black and red, as you can see. What else? Joker, I just did it as obviously a Joker picture. And then I wanted to do the background where, when a photo is being took while a bird's in flight, and you get that, I can't pronounce it correctly, but it's Bokeh, I think it is. Bokeh or something like that. I wanted that effect in the background so it looks like it's in flight. And I did it with pastels, so it was the first time we're trying it. It was the first time doing it with pastels as well. I have done it with pencils on a Christine Karen page, which were much easier. Maybe I should have done it that way, but as you'll know, the background was just clear white, so I was just going off a reference photo on Google. I was quite happy with how it turned out. So that's the first one that I completed for the month. I started it on the 6th of May and finished it on the 7th, so it took me a day. So that's that one. The next one is COLOURIAGE Wild 7. This one I coloured with my dear friend Claire Wilcox. Claire asked to colour this one with me. We've done, have we done 2 buddy colours now, or was it just the one with this anyway? I can't remember. No, I think we've done 2, haven't we? I don't think I've got it in this book. I think it's in my other book. Oh no, it's in this one. Yeah, we've done 2. We did one in the Mythographic Cosmic Spirit book in April, so last month, yeah. So yeah, this is the second buddy colour. With this one, let's see if I can bring you a little bit closer. You can see it better. With this one, I used my Artex 126 pencils on just the flowers. I struggle with knowing what flowers are what flowers, if you get me. So I have an app on my phone that can take a picture of the just a specific flower, and it can give you the details on what flower it is. And that's what I did. And there was two different flowers. I think one were white and one were this colour. And I thought this colour would look better than white. And then with the butterflies, I tried to do the same thing with the butterflies because I'm not familiar on which butterflies are which, apart from obviously your monarch and your cabbage and whatnot. So I looked on Google. I looked on Google for a reference photo, and this one just popped up a little similar, but obviously with the tail bit was different. So I just went along with that colour. And it was just pretty straightforward, to be fair. And then I used my Faber-Castell Polies, as always, on the lady or girl. And I used a black Unipin brush pen just for her eyelashes, and the butterfly to go over it. What else? Oh, and I used a bit of white gel pen just to give her that glazed look on her eyes and on her lips. I don't know if you'll be able to see it properly, but I'll bring it a bit closer. You can see glaze on her lips and her eyes. We've got a little bug spider. I really enjoyed colouring this one. Really fun. Oop. So yeah, I started this one on the 8th of the 5th. So 8th of May, and finished on the 9th of May. So another day. I've noticed the more that you progress in your colouring world, the longer it takes to finish, because you're spending more time doing detail than, you know, just randomly colouring. I mean, when I first started out, it probably only took me a couple of hours. But I've noticed the more the years go on, the more detail and whatnot you you concentrate more on. So they're taking me a lot longer. But it was really fun to do. Thank you, Claire. I look forward to the next one. The next book is COLOURMORPHIA. Pull you back up. Like so. Right, so with this one, it was the anchor page, and it was for the scavenger hunt. I think it was somewhere at the beginning. Yeah. So it was this one. I do apologise for the glare. I don't know if I can. Yeah, I can switch it off, but it doesn't look as, you know. But yeah. So there we have it. With this one, I used my Artex pencils only, black Posca pen and white gel pen. So all the colouring and detail in the page was done with Artex pencils. People keep saying that these Artex pencils are just like Prismas. I've got to tell you, they are not like Prismas. They are more like your better version of Artesas, a cheaper version of, what can I say? I can't say they're as good as Faber-Castell Polies. Polies are more firmer, harder, even though the tips can break if you're heavy-handed. They're like in between Artesa and Fabers, basically. A lot of people, what I tend to not to do is advise them put on colouring pencils, because what works for some will not work for others. So, but I just wanted to put it out there that Artex pencils are nothing like Prismas. Prismas, they just fall apart when you put too much pressure on them. With Artex, that's not the case. They are very, very durable. And I've put them through some right stuff. So I assure you, they are fantastic pencils to have in your collection if you haven't already got them. So I'm going to put light back on. I started this on the 11th of May and I finished it on the 14th, and it was second of the 5th scavenger hunt page, because there was 5 pages like this last month. I really enjoyed doing this. Actually, it was pretty cool. I had to get the right colours, you know. I did take a reference from somebody's picture, but I didn't copy it to the T. I just needed help with seeing what basically. Theirs looks way better than mine. But yeah, I really enjoyed doing it. White gel pen. So yeah, that was second scavenger hunt page completed. Next one is in Dragons in Nature. This one was a buddy colour with my dear friend Reese. As I've said previously, we do buddy colours, like we pick 3, and then once that person's pages have all been coloured, the next person picks 3, colour them, and then the person that picked first ones, they pick another 3, and so forth. And that's what it's been like since beginning of the year, I think. Reese picked 3, then I picked 3. But Reese is having problems with his hands at the moment, so things are a little bit slow, which I'm not bothered about. Obviously, I'm busy with me scavenger hunt pages anyway. But this one was the last one from my 3 that I picked. Well, this was second one actually. Yeah, second of the buddy colours. You'll see the third one in it shortly. So I picked this one, which was Flora. And I can find it. There we go. So this one is Flora. I envisioned, I'll take the light off just for a little while, because in fact no, I'll put it back on because it makes it go blur. You can see it better when I tilt it a bit. But yeah, everybody's colouring this just let me know for all the same colours from what I've seen, or doing it in multiple colours. When I saw this page, I saw all these different succulents, and I've got those fake ones, so I took an example from those, and I got all different shades of greens and made sure that I put these in different colours to the actual dragon. I used on this was mostly Artex, to be fair, Faber-Castell and some of the succulents, so I've took mixture of greens from the Artex and the Faber-Castell, and then I just used my soft Mungyo pastels and just went around it with the blue. I didn't want it to be a full page, you know. Someone mentioned it looked a lot cartoony, but it was just something, I didn't want the background to overshadow the subject, so that's the reason why I used my soft Mungyo pastels, just to soften it out. The dragon's the main focal point, so I wanted it to stand out. And a lot of people have said that it's absolutely gorgeous, so thank you to everybody that liked it. I started it on the 15th and finished it on the 16th, which was just a day. And as I said, this was the second out of the 3 buddy colours with Reese. I really did enjoy colouring this, and the dragons in this are absolutely gorgeous. Everybody's been after this book, and it's not something that you usually see, you know, regarding dragons. It's different, really cute, and it's by Anastasia Ellie called De Reva. I'm gonna have to look for her artwork. So that's that one. Next one is Mystery Island by Coco. This was the axolotl page, which was this one. You'll have probably seen me put it up at some point. So I noticed a while back Coco were doing a competition on Instagram to colour one of the pages throughout May to be in with a chance of winning some prizes. And this particular day, I'd had a really rubbish week. I mean, a real rubbish week. And I didn't want to colour something, you know, out of the other books that were a bit more detailed. I just wanted something quite simple. And I just got in this book and I had a quick flick through and I fell in love with this page because my son Ruben loves axolotls. He's wanting one and I've told him not a chance because they're just, they need special requirements. A huge tank and a load of other different stuff, and I've just not got patience for any of that, as much as they're cute they are. You've got to make sure that the water's alright and everything. But anyway, I picked this page and the mediums I used was my Ohuhu art markers. I've got these in the tub, but it's not the like little tubs. I think I've shown them previously in lives. I use those as a base layer. Then I use my Artex pencils to go on top. So you'll see, even on back, look, because it did go through. But I use my Ohu as a base layer, and they're really good. I don't know why I've not got them before. They don't leave streaks really. They're quite good. And then I use pencils to do the shading all the way around, even on the axolotl's flowers, on these flowers, on the dress. And it just gave it that bit of depth. And it really worked for me. I need to do it more often. I started it on the 19th and finished it on the 19th. As I say, I coloured it for Coco Wyo's May competition, but I realised when I went to post it on Instagram, I was a day late. It had stopped on the 18th of May and I thought it was a whole month thing. So we're a bit gutted. And then I think it was about, might have been around the 25th, I got a message from Coco that messaged me to say that they loved my page and they were so sorry that I missed out on the competition, and they wanted to cheer me up and they gave me a £10 Amazon voucher, and told me they're sorry that I missed out to win the bigger prize, and they look forward to me continuing to colour the pictures, etc. So thank you so much for that, Coco Wyo. I really appreciated it and it did cheer me up a lot. Not the fact that I've won money, but the fact that you recognised me even though that I was late and that you really liked my picture. So it really made cheered me up after a rubbish week. So yeah, that was that page. And then it was the Mythographic AVIARY by Joseph Catimbang. What was the... Right, so with this one, I'll show you. Might be better off with the light off a sec. There we go. So much better when light's not on it. It makes it go different, doesn't it? So with this one, mediums, I used Artex pencils and Ohu art markers, black Posca pen and white gel pen. I started it on the 20th of May and finished it on the 20th of May. And I coloured this for a dear friend and family. and also for my May theme on my Facebook group called Mythogorria colouring book group or something like that. I'm not on my PC, so I can't tell you for definite, but I'll pop all links to groups in description anyway. And it was colour a bee or bees or a bee house in yellows, browns, oranges and black with white and highlights. So that's what I did. And someone called Susan, she did this page in a different, it was similar to this, but I've done it the opposite way to what she did it, and I changed my sunflower different to hers, and the wings was different as well, I think, and I just swapped the colours for the bees around. Hers has got a yellow head, black bit here, yellow, black, yellow, but I did it this way around. I didn't want to be too copying, and I needed to change it up a bit. I definitely changed the sunflower. Hers is different to mine, so I'll put light back on. So yeah, the light just reflects the pens, you know, the colouring, but when the light's off it, it's not too bad. So so that's that one. The next one is Steampunk Special. Now, you'll have seen me colouring this one on the live stream. I'm trying to remember. Yeah, on the 22nd of May, I did a live stream and we did this one. So with this one, it was the last buddy colour with Reese, and Reese was actually at the live while I was doing this one, and I only used coffee granules and a paintbrush. That's all I used on this page. Nothing else, nothing special. As I said, I started it on the 22nd and finished it on the 22nd during the live stream. So you can go back. I will pop it in description, the link where you can go and watch the live stream for this. I think it was for about 2 hours and something. And you'll see all the detail on how I managed to colour it just in coffee. It's very interesting and intriguing to watch. It was the first one that I've coloured just entirely in coffee. I have used coffee granules in other pages on certain things, but not the whole page. It's dried up lovely. And I did challenge everybody on that live stream to at least attempt or try to colour a page in coffee granules only. So if you're up for the challenge, definitely give it a go and tag me on Instagram. I'd like to see everybody's pages who's gave it a go. I will pop a hashtag in the link to description at the end, well, you know, on description anyway, to tag me on Instagram. So yeah, I look forward to seeing everybody's coffee granule pages. It was really fun to do. It's not so messy, and it gives it that vintage look. Next one is KALEIDOMORPHIA. This one was part of the scavenger hunt. I don't know if I'm going to get it all on the page, the thingy. So we'll give it a try anyway. Little have to do. If I pull you across a little bit, you'll get gist anyway. There we go. So this was the double pager for the scavenger hunt. I envisioned the Pegasuses to be pearlescent as such, and I had tried for ages looking for a video to help me learn how to do pearlescent, and I asked on groups. I asked my dear friend Reese, and Reese sent me a link for a YouTube video for an example of pearls and stuff like that. So I just took that into consideration and applied it to the horses, and it was a long process, but it was worth it in the end. I think this is definitely one of my favourite pages I've coloured. I don't know if I turn it off, it always goes a bit blur, but these sprinkles here are gold along with the hoofs. You can just about tell on the video here that it's the Winsor and Newton gold ink, and I've applied it to the little sprinkle star things here, even inside the globe, but you can't see it. I'll show you at the end of the video, well, at the end of it, speaking about it. So with this one, I use Prismacolor Premiers only, black Posca pen, Winsor & Newton gold ink, and white gel pen. I do apologise, I'm burping. So the Prismas, how can I put this? It was hard. There was several different pencils that I used, and I did write it down and I haven't put it on here. But it was blues, purples, green, and I think yellow. And you had to like mix the purple, blue, green, yellow, and then you use the white Prisma and you press on it to blend them in to give it this shaded look on it. I don't know if it worked, I don't know if you can tell, but I'd like to hear your thoughts on it. I use the same purples and blue, well, purple and blue that I did on the horses on this. I thought doing it purple and blue would be better so that it incorporates with the horses, well, the Pegasus coming out of the clouds, if you get me. It's how I envisioned it, and it turned out how I expected it to. And then I used the black Poscas to colour the background. The moon is actually the same colours I used for the horse, for the Pegasuses. White gel pen for the eyes. And I think that's it, really. So I'll bring it a little bit closer so you can see so those are the hoofs, and then the little sprinkles. Same with this page. I love the Winsor & Newton gold ink, works so well. And I like the fact that I incorporated brown on the Pegasus's noses as well. So yeah, I really enjoyed colouring that. I started it on the 25th of May and finished it on the 27th, so two days to colour it. I know I've had pages that took me like 3 days, but yeah, this one took me 2 days and I really enjoyed colouring this one. So that's that one. The next one is FANTOMORPHIA. This one is this one. You'll have seen me post on Instagram. Better that way. So this one was 4 of the 5 scavenger hunt pages. I used mediums used with 3 shades of Faber-Castell Polis for the skull, and then 3 shades of blue and 3 shades of purple from the Artex pencil set for the butterflies. I did do a time lapse of colouring this on my channel, which I'll also link in description for you, so you can just go straight to it and have a look and watch it. It's not a very long video, which is easier. And then I used soft Mungyo pastel on the background, and I use white Signio gel pen for the little dots and adding white bits onto the butterflies. I'll put the light back on now so you'll be able to see the white bits, sprinkly bits on it. I really liked how it turned out, to be fair. I started it on the 29th and finished it on the 29th, so I think this, all in all, it took me about 2 hours, 3 hours to colour, so not very long, quite simple, and it's easier when it's like that, because people are like struggling for some reason with the scavenger hunts, and it's pretty simple. Well, I say it's pretty simple. The scavenger hunt, all you do is you go to the back of the books, and the answers are really at the back of the book. It says here, all answers. So basically it was the snake, rattlesnake and 5 of clubs. So if you go to the back, rattlesnake and the 5 of clubs, that's the image you've got to colour. People are thinking that you just colour the rattlesnake and the 5 of clubs and then leave the rest of the page. No. You just look for these clues, and then when you find the clue, you colour the entire page. If you want to leave those clues left out, that's entirely up to you, or you can incorporate them into the page just like I have done here. So your rattlesnake and your 5 of clubs, you incorporate it into the page, or you can leave them blank. It's up to you, as long as you've coloured the entire page. If it's a single or a double, just colour the entire page and add it to Instagram, tag me in the tag, or put it in the group. Well, I'll put my colouring group associated with my YouTube account. I'll put link for that on there, so you can put it in there, because I started putting the album in there as well. Or you can go to the Kerby group and add it in there. It's entirely up to you. And that's it for that one, I think. Yeah. And then last but not least was the last Kerby scavenger hunt page. Now, you've seen this page at the front, haven't you? Well, the prompt for this one was perfect predator. So if you go to the back, all the clues are at the back again. The scavenger hunt clues, perfect predator, page 84. So you just go to page 84. And this is my version of the perfect predator. I tried to incorporate it to be the same as the front cover. I think it wasn't too bad, considering that I only had 12 Inktense pencils, and I tried to blend them the best I could to get the right shade. Because if you look at mine and then look at the front, I tried to make it look similar. I tried. And then obviously it's a world where you can just colour it how you want it, basically. And I wanted it to be so colourful that the perfect predator blends in with its background. Obviously the astronaut's gone walking through and woke it up from its slumber or something, I don't know. But I basically went with the Derwents and just base laid everything. I just chucked all the Derwents at it. To say, people have been complaining that the paper quality in this book is worse than what his other books are, which I've got to admit that the paper quality is a lot thinner in this one than it is in the other ones. But I honestly chucked a load of water in with it to get it really watery, and you can feel the crease and you can hear it creasing. But it didn't go through, it didn't bleed through at all, which I'm grateful for, because I'd have to get a new copy of this just to so that I could colour other pages. But look, this is the page from the opposite side, and it's not even gone through on this page, so I'm absolutely grateful for that. But yeah, I chucked all the Derwent, 12, well I say all Derwents, 12 Derwents at it. I just used the brown very lightly and just added a bit extra in certain places to get that darker look. And then I used the greens, different greens, yellows, and just mixed it up basically just to get a different vibe. And then I went over it with my Artex pencils to do the shading on everything. And then I use my black Posca pen for the background, obviously because on the front it's black. And then I use my white gel pen for his eyes, and I used the black Unipin brush pen to make these black. I don't know if you'll be able to, I think you can see it, but I like this effect that I've done. I've not seen anybody do it, but black dots all over the alien, some on the flower, the plants, and then on his tentacles I added the black dot specks on it, even on the background, you know, on the floor and stuff, because he's got to blend in with his surrounding. That's how I envisioned him anyway. So yeah, it was really fun to do, and using the Derwent's Inktense was absolutely fantastic. And I've got some more news. I managed to get a set of 72 set from Vinted. I'm hoping it's genuine and they come in the post soon. It's better to have a more variety of pencils to use. So yeah, that was all my pages for the month of May. I hope you have enjoyed watching and looking at them all. Also, everybody's scavenger hunt pages for the month of May will be included at the end of this video from my colouring group on Facebook as well as Instagram. Anybody that's followed along, it will be on the end of this video. And I just want to say thank you so much to everybody that keeps coming to my channel. I know I've not been live. I'm hoping to be live back in July, but I will be doing my own pages that I want to colour rather than what everybody else wants to colour, because I felt like it was a chore, and that I was doing it for everybody else but not for me. So there'll be a few changes when I do come back. But yes, I just want to say thank you to everybody that keeps coming back, watching my videos, watching my lives when I do come live, watching my flip throughs and my end of the month pages. I really do appreciate your support. It means a very heck of a lot to me. All my stuff's gone downhill. So like my watch time and everything, they're going down again, obviously because I'm not as active as what I once was. So hopefully I can get those back up by the end of the year. Again, I will pop everything in description regarding groups, links to videos, any information that I've included in this video will all be in the description. If you click the little arrow at this corner, it will drop down and everything will be in there, if I remember to do it properly. Sometimes I'll say it and then I forget to do it. So yes, again, thank you for coming. If you enjoyed this, thumbs it up, click that notification bell so you get a notification every time I upload any new content. If there's anything you want me to review, flip through, or colour your books, or anything, just drop me a comment or contact me directly through email, which is a lot quicker. If you haven't already, please subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. Have a fantastic weekend ahead, and I will hopefully see you all soon. Bye for now.